Hi, welcome to my HANA Developers channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about several new features provided in Web IDE for HANA and XSA Advanced Server. The system details for this session are got a HANA database as 2.osb03. That's the latest version available in Service Marketplace. And I got development tools Web IDE with a build 4.3.57. And XSA runtime is 1.097, which are the latest versions available in the service marketplace for development tools. The continuous upgrades to Web IDE for HANA and XSA runtime are not tied to HANA database upgrade. This is because database upgrades are scheduled for once in a year. However, XSA tools are going to have new features delivered frequently to assist the developers. Of course, they are backward compatible to HANA database up to the version 1.osb12. Having said that, there are going to be several new features keep getting added to the Web IDE for HANA to assist the developers in doing the developments. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few new development features which are provided in Web IDE for HANA to make the developments in XSA application server. Let's take a look at the new features in the system. I got logged on to Web IDE for HANA. Got my workspace here, and I got a couple of projects which I already created before. So the first new feature I'm going to talk about here is about the new templates available to create a project. So far in my previous videos, I was showing you to create a template project for MTA multi-target application. That was the only template available for us to get started for DB module, HTML module, or Node module, etc. However, with the new Web IDE for HANA, we got a flexibility to choose a different template to create database artifacts only. So it's going to be very helpful for the developers who just use database artifacts development, like modeling, calculation views, creating stored procedures and table functions for analytical purpose, etc. Uh, uh, the developers who are going to work on database artifacts, just on the database artifacts, it's going to be very helpful so that they don't need to heavily know about YAML file configurations to be based on several other modules like HTML and Node module. So this is going to be a very useful template for the developers who just focus on database artifacts and then modeling concepts, the CVs and etc. So I'm going to show you how to use that template in the system. So I'm going to choose a workspace and then say new project from template. I can see here there are 3 templates available now to choose. You can remember from my previous videos that it used to be just multi-target application project all the time, and then we got a database application and also the cloud platform business application. I'm going to choose the database application, and then next I'm going to give my database application as testdb and then proceed further. And I can see that my database version is going to support backward compatibility up to SPS 12. So my database could be on any of these versions to perform my developments in this system. So I'm going to choose finish. So I got my database here, and then you can see that just this DB module is created for this project. So I don't have to really worry about other modules of HTML and Node modules when I'm going to work on this particular database module. I'm not going to do anything on this database module. I wanted to just show you that I can separate my database developments from any other server-side module developments using Node.js, and also front-end developments like UI5 or HTML module. So this is a very good feature for the developers who just wanted to focus on the database developments. I'm going to delete this one since I don't need this one to be here. And the next feature I'm going to show you is I also wanted to show you there is another template available here, which is Cloud Platform Business Application. This is also a new feature provided in Web IDE for HANA in the latest version. This is basically available in Cloud Platform to support the new application programming model, and they wanted to provide this same option in on-premise as well. So that makes the this particular template to be available in Web IDE for HANA to use it in XSA server. So this is on-premise. You can get all the documentation of this new application programming model from Cloud Platform documentation. Since it's going to be a little behind the Cloud Platform version, we will not have a documentation available in XSA or Web IDE for HANA for this particular application. I will be showing more about this in a different video, in an upcoming video. So I just wanted to show you there is going to be a new template available. There is a new template available, and we can use this template to build new application programming model objects, which are CDS models, and also Node.js models, and also HTML UI5 models in a with extensions in a faster way. So that is the objective of this template, and it's going to be very useful to do it on-premise as well. I'm not going to do anything on this application in this video. I'm going to cancel this one for now. Coming back to the DB module template, which I just talked about before, I can either use my existing MTA project to create my core DB, which is going to be something like here. I can build new HANA database module and then start doing my database artifact creation from there, or I can directly create a project, which I've shown you in the beginning of this session, from my workspace as a database application directly. So both options are still valid. I can choose whatever I wanted to do. If it is going to be a very big application, a project which involves a lot of application development as well, then I will choose multi-target application as a template, so that I can have Node.js and also the HTML or UI5 modules as well, and I can have my YAML configured according to the dependency of those services. If my project is mainly a modeling kind of project, which involves just the database artifacts and then consuming those database artifacts into a calculation views or any of the analytical models which are used for modeling perspective, then I will be able to use just this template. And I also wanted to show you another feature provided in this latest version of Web IDE for HANA. That is, when I'm going to create a new object, any of the database artifacts, we used to give the file extension all the time. Sometimes there are a good number of chances to get an errors with that, because you may end up in giving a wrong file extension to the object, and then you'll have to figure it out what is the issue and etc. So with this new latest version of Web IDE for HANA, you can have all the extensions available as your file type, and then you can choose the file type of those extensions and then build your file. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple of new features in Web IDE for HANA. These features are not delivered as part of the latest version. They've been they're available in SP0 HANA 2.0 SP0 as well, but I just wanted to show you how to use them in this particular video. The new features I'm going to talk about are the filter pushdown in rank node, and then the one is ignore multiple output for filter. These two are the new modeling features provided in creating the calculation views. So we're going to see them in detail in this video. So I'll start with the filter pushdown in rank node option. So access my MTA project which I've created it before. I have my core DB module created here, and I also have my EPM data, which is the Shine content, um, loaded uh, into this core DB module, and I've got all these files built and activated, deployed into my HDA container, so that I can see all the database tables for um, this EPM model. So I can just go and open my tables. I can see all the tables got installed and loaded with the data from those CSV files. If you wanted to do the same exercise, you can do it simply by cloning a repository. Um, you can take the files from my repository. The file is available in this repository, epm.zip, and then you can just import into your CoreDB module, and then build them to your local HDI container, and so that you can start practicing, or you can do all your tests after that. So since I have already done my file upload and also database artifact creation into this HDI container, I'm going to show you accessing. I'm going to show you how the new options, will work in modeling CVs. So I've got a basic calculation view created for a customer. So this calculation view is actually um, projecting data from two tables and join together to get the business partner and address data together. So on my left hand side I got a business partner data, and on my right hand side I got a address data. I just joined them together to get the country and region for each specific customer in the business partner table. That's a very simple calculation. There's no big other logics involved in this bit. So the next example I'm going to the next CV I'm going to open here is the top. There's a ranking feature I've used in this calculation view. This is also a basic or simple calculation view built it to show the importance of the feature which is available. So in this scenario, um, there is a rank function used to get the top four or top three revenue for in a specific region or in the entire data set. So my requirement is to apply a filter on the data set, um, which is to be projected in the as an output of the calculation view. However, I wanted to push the filter down to before the rank node. If I have the filter which is currently in a projection which is after my rank node, the results which I'm going to see are getting different, which means I wanted to apply a filter before ranking happens, and then the ranking will have to work on the filtered data, and then I have to project that data accordingly as an output of the CV. So that's my requirement. So the default behavior doesn't push down the filter of uh, or any node after rank 1 above to the bottom. So it is going to give me a different result, and then I will show how it works after this filter push down option is implemented. I'm going to show you where this option is going to be there. It's in the rank node. You can see allow filter push down option checkbox here. By default I didn't check this, it is not selected for filter push down, and I'm going to show you how the data looks like, and then after that I'm going to check this box and show you how the data is changed accordingly with this effect of filter push down. So I'm going to show you the data at this rank level so that you can understand what I'm going to project as an output of this calculation view. So there are two records for the two regions, EMEA and EMER. That's the output of the rank node. And I've got a filter on top of this rank node. Let's see what is this going to be, the filter. And this filter is on the country Japan. Um, I'm good. I'm having a filter on a country which is in Asia Pacific region, and I wanted to get the output of this calculation view to show only the top two customers or top two records which belongs to country Japan only. However, I'm not going to see any data as an output of this calculation view just because my rank node doesn't have uh, any record for Asia Pacific because it's all my ranking is done on the basis of the data which is in other regions. So I'm going to display the data for this calculation view. I just wanted to display raw data. I can see that there is no data available. So now I'm going to apply the filter push down so that um, the filter is going to be effective before the rank node. So for that I'm going to just choose rank and then allow filter push down. And then I'm going to save it and then build my file. I'm going to select it and then build. So it's going to deploy another version of the CV. Deployment has been completed. I'm going to display the data now as a data preview. Or you just put the, you can see there is a record now for Asia Pacific region, which means the filter is pushed down below to the rank node and then ranking applies after that. So this is a modeling feature given in the latest version of Web IDE for HANA. Sorry, not Web IDE for it's part of HANA DB platform. It's available from 2.0 SP02 and okay, I'm going to show you the other feature which I'm talking about. That's ignore multiple output for filter. This feature is going to be used if there are two different outputs for one projection, and then there is a filter applied on one data set and you wanted to apply this filter on to the underlying projection data set as well, then this option is going to be used. So basically we are going to filter, we're going to push down this filter to this projection one as well. So this option is going to be available in every node. So you can see that ignore multiple outputs for filter. So this is an option given for each node in the newer versions of HANA database platform. So if I choose this one, the effect of this filter will be applied on this data set as well. Let's see how does it work. Let's see what is the filter I have here. So I'm going to use the same data set. I'm splitting this data set into two parts. One is no filter and then one is filter. In this filter, I'm keeping my data only other than EMEA region. I'm going to display the output of this calculation view and see what comes with. So I said that I'm excluding the EMEA region as an output. So you can see that, but still I can see the EMEA region is in the output. This is the expected behavior, and we can clearly understand that this is happening because of the other side where we got the entire data set taken and then union and then it went to the union node and then both set data sets combined. So for several reasons, for some of the modeling scenarios, we wanted to stop this or we wanted to apply this filter on the entire data set as well. So for that, I'm going to choose this option, ignore multiple outputs for filter, and then save it. Though I don't have any filter in this projection, the filter on my left hand projection is going to be effective now, and then we will not be able to see the region EMEA as an output of this calculation view. Let's see how does it. I'm going to first build this CV to deploy it into my HDI container. Build has been completed. I'm going to display the data now. My objective is that I shouldn't be seeing EMEA data at all now. And to see raw data, yeah, I can see that there is no EMEA data in region as an output of the CV. That's about the two options which I wanted to talk about in this session. I hope it is helpful to you. I'll come up with a different new feature in my next video. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.